Okay, so I'm going to have another go at Unbroken. Let's start again. Welcome to my games room. I'm going to have a playthrough of Unbroken. I've set it all up this time because I set it up in the previous video, and I'm going to see how well I do this time. This playthrough I'm going to be using the sneak, which is going to be quite a lot of fun, hopefully. And yeah, I'm not doing this on the easy mode this time. However, yeah, this is still going to be quite a learning process. So yeah, actually, you know, I am going to go on easy because yeah, it's just going to be a little bit more fun for me than to lose. So you start on 15 rather than on 13. So you want to learn the game or test out new strategies. This difficulty setting is for players who find normal to be a bit too challenging, or for those who want an easier time while learning the rules. Well, that's me. I want to learn the rules. On easy, you roll the 6-sided slashes dice once during the startup to determine an extra starting resource. I have my dice tower here, which I'm going to be using. 4. So I rolled a 4. On a 4, I get cunning. Ooh. I get an extra cunning. Excellent. However, last time I got a treasure, I think, which was quite good. So the player takes the first turn during the battle step. You also begin the game with a skill card. So let's draw a skill card here. I have Tinker. Okay, so that means that I may use wood and metal interchangeably. That's quite useful, so I'll pop that down here. Not that you can see it, but yeah, that's there. Okay, so first of all, the game consists of 2 phases, the travel phase and the combat phase. So in the travel phase, I take as many general action or travel actions as I wish. Okay, so yeah. So I'm going to do, I'm not going to fight the monster now, so I'm going to do an exploration. I'm going to reveal 2 encounter cards. Oh, so that's interesting. So I've got Disrupting the Feast, which is spend my cunning to get 2 food, or spend my cunning to get 3 wood. I don't really want to spend my cunning. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do any of those, and because I don't want to get rid of my cunning, I don't feel like I need food, I'm going to take the time down by 2, and I'm going to gain 2 small energy. So that's what I'm going to do. So up to 17. So I'm just going to discard those. And I don't want to do the monster just yet, though I do know that I can, if I want to, I can do a scout. Now I am a sneak, I'm not a scout, so I may reveal 1, so actually I could have taken a third, so I didn't read this through. So take an additional encounter card during the exploration step. So yeah, I need to pay more attention to that. Yeah, before gaining a new skill card, reveal an additional skill card to select from. Dodge, I may spend to reduce. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. So I'm going to now draw 3, because I may reveal an additional encounter. Okay, so I may spend a food, I've got no food. I may spend, oh, this is a bit annoying. I may spend a food to gain a metal and 2 energy. I may spend a food to gain 2 of the... so there we are. That would have been a better one. So I could have spent 1 of that to gain a food, and then this is how you do it. So you could have spent 1 of my sneaks to gain 2 food, and then on this draw I could have spent 1 of those foods to gain 2 back. So I would have been on 1 food and 2 sneak. But that would be cheating, and I'm not going to cheat obviously, but there we are. That just shows how sometimes you can think, oh, I don't want to use my cunning, and however I should have done. So I can't actually do any of those because I don't have anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 2 time and gain 2 more energy. Now, I'm starting to get a little close to the monster. I don't really want to be getting caught out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scout, which is going to be a time and an energy. Let's see what we've got. We have the were-rat. Okay, so at the beginning of the battle step, gain the afraid condition for level 2. There we are. So I'm going to be afraid in level 2. Right, so I have very little time left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack the monster. I'm going to fight the monster, yes. So go to step 1B. Reveal the monster if not yet revealed. Reset the time. So you reset the time. Will you trick the monster? So the trickery cost for this one is 2 small energy. However, because I want to defeat this because it's got quite a lot. I get a skill, I get quite a lot of rewards, I get more time, I get more energy. So I'm going to fight this one. So let's pop the monster tracker has 2 health. There we are. And it didn't ambush me, and there's no trickery involved. So I'm going to do the first attack, which is pretty cool, but I have bare hands. So I am going to do 2 energy, and I'm going to do 1 wound. There we are. And that's all I can do, because I could convert 4 energy to do... No, I'm just going to do that. Then he's going to roll on me. So let's just see what happens. Oh, a 4. A 4 is lose 2 small energy, so I'm down to 14. Okay. And now I'm going to do my attack. So I am also going to use 2 more energy, 12, and that is going to kill the monster. So there we are. Brilliant. Yes. So I win a 1 of the kind of jewelry stuff. I get back 2 time, and I get back 2 energy. And I pick a skill. So let's pick a skill. I have resistant. You are strong, resilient. Shake off whatever foul afflictions the monstrosities might inflict upon you. This won't be your last breath, for you are gifted by the Undying. Now get up, you've got work to do. So after a monster's combat action that would cause you to gain a condition, you may gain 1 small strength and reduce the combat result by 1. Okay. However, I do gain a condition. So I am going to be afraid, which I've not had before. There we are. So let's have a look at what this condition is, and that will be the end of level 1. You may not rest during the exploration step. Okay, so I believe that condition affects me for the entirety of this level, and after that, yeah. Right, so now I might be exhausted. So the hunger step, you may spend energy to the current level for every... Okay, so I actually am going to spend... I'm going to spend 2 small energy because I don't have any food to stay alive. So that's going to come back. So what I want on that's a shame. So let's turn these, let's get rid of the monster level 1s. Actually, you know what, I should have rolled for that, shouldn't I? Never mind, it doesn't matter, that was fun. So that's turn 1. Now let's go on to turn 2. So that was fun, turn 1. Let's see, so I may not rest during the exploration step. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to scout straight away, because I have the time and I have the energy. So I'm going to roll for my monster. I get monster number 3. It's a crazed survivor, apparently. So I've looked ahead. I think that was wise. So you gain the crippled condition if you're ambushed for level 3, and the trickery is to downgrade the weapon. If you have a basic weapon at the beginning of the battle step, downgrade it. So I have a bare hands. So what does basic weapon? I will just quickly read the rulebook and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I do have a basic weapon. I think that means that the monster may attack. So I'm going to put this to health 4. No armor, thankfully, and I get to attack first. The moment you lock eyes with his feral gaze, you realise whatever humanity remained inside this tortured soul is long gone. His primitive nature might hint at some dark corruption driving him mad. Unarmed and uttering nonsensical words at you, he lunges for your weapon. So I'm not going to do trickery, so that's not going to downgrade my weapon. However, yeah, so let's see what we can do. So I am on level 2 now, which means that with my bare hands I can spend 2 health. Actually, I'm not going to fight him yet. I don't have to fight him yet, do I? I'm going to do an encounter. What am I doing? So I can draw 2. So I can spend my wealth, gain 2 wood and 2 energy. I can spend 2 time and gain food, or I can spend a food and gain a skill. No, can't do that, it's not going to be food. I'm going to go for the wood and the fists. So 2 time, 2 wood, and 2 energy. There we are, blind trader. Right, so I can use the wood interchangeably to go to a knife or a club. Now I'm not yet ready for that, so I'm going to draw another 3 encounters. Okay, so I can spend an energy to get a food. I'm going to spend an energy to get some food, because I do need some food. And the time tracker goes down by 1. Can do another encounter, another blank one. So I have spend my cunning to get a wealth and a medium-sized energy. Spend my wealth to get 2 knives. That's pretty good. And spend a knife to get a cunning and a food. I think I'm going to spend my wealth to get 2 knives, and that's 2 time. Let's do another encounter. There we are. So I can spend 1 time and gain 2 small energy. I can spend 3 time, which I have, and gain 4 small energy. Or I can spend 1 small energy and gain a medium one, which is going to be useful to me. So I'm going to do 1 energy, gain a medium, and time down by 1. One more encounter, I think. Another blank one. I forgot to remove these when I shuffled, as you can see. 2, 3. Right, so I can spend a large energy, which I don't have. I can spend a food to gain 2 wood and 2 energy. Or I can spend 3 time and gain -1 to all the monsters' combat rolls on this level. I really am low on food. I'm not doing very well with the food here, really. I'm going to be spending a food and losing 2 small energy at the end of this round at this rate. So I'm going to upgrade my weapon. So I've got 2 wood, or I've got a knife and a large. So I can go to the knife, or I can go to the club. Let me see what the difference is. So for the knife, it's all about cunning. For the club, it helps me break down armor, not that I've got armor. I'm going to go for the knife, so I'm going to upgrade to the knife. The upgrade for the knife is going to cost me 1 of that and my large energy, and my medium energy, and 2 time. Okay, so that's that. So I've got the knife. So now if I spend 3 time and I gain -1 on all of the monsters' rolls, which is pretty useful. So we'll save that. So now we're going to do the encounter. Okay, so I have a knife. So for 1 of my energy, I can do 1 wound. That's nice. So now the monster rolls. Oh, it's a 5. So it's a 4. That's good. So steel. Oh no, we upgrade that back up to the next level. Oops, almost died. I thought I died then. So still 2 time. So now I'm going to do another wound, another small energy, and another roll. A 2. Lose 1 effort. Now I'm going to do another effort, down to 1, and roll again. A 3. 2 effort. Oof. And now 1 more effort, and it's dead. Now that means I gain 1 food, I gain 3 effort, up to 6, and I gain another skill, but I lose the afraid condition, I believe. So, awareness. Do I have to throw these skills away every time? No, you discard the conditions. Awareness, passive, ignore all steel effects in combat. Response, after the beginning of the ambush step, spend 2 energy to ignore the monster's ambush effect. There we are. So, right, so there we are. We are going to, well, we did put the time up. It's gone down during the combat. We're now going to spend 2 food plus 1, I believe. And you gave me time. Oh, I should have gained time, so I should have been up to there. For each health you lose, for the first you lack. So I only lacked 1, so I lose 1. So that's me there. Yeah, right. That was round 2. Let's get on to round 3. This is as far as I got last time, and yeah, I'm not doing great, but I'm not doing terribly. I still have cunning. I have 1 knife. I have 2 wood. I've got no food and no wealth, but I've got 9 energy and I have 14 time. Let's see. Big swig of tea. So let's do. Let's use my cunning and a time and do the scout straight away. So, what do I get? I get monster number 1. Is that good or not? Number 1. Number 1 is the Bugbear Warlord. Oof. So the Bugbear Warlord has 1 of the 1 armor and 5 health. And of course, I've just got rid of my cunning, so I can't get rid of the armor with the knife. Ah, right. So if I ambush, I lose a large health and 2 time. On trickery, I can ignore after a monster's combat roll. Yeah, that's cool. And I should have been drawing 2 skills and discarding 1 as well. I do keep forgetting things. So the passive, the attack power of all wounding attacks inflicting 4 or less wounds is reduced by 1. So, yeah, that's not going to be very good. I'm not going to win this. I'm about to die. For those about to die, we salute you. Right, let's just get on with it. So, encounter card. So I may need to upgrade my knife to a spear, I think. Yes. So I can spend 1 time and gain a wood. I can spend 2 time and gain a sword. I can spend an energy and 4 time and gain 3 wood. Okay, so yes, you do spend time anyway. So I was just checking, and you do spend time whether you, which I've been doing, so you spend the time whatever you do. So I would like to upgrade to a spear, I think. Let me just see if that's going to be a little bit easier for me to attack this monster. Yeah, I'm going to be able to take down his armor with a spear. So I'm going to upgrade to a spear straight away now. So upgrade to a spear is 1 wood and 1 small energy. 1 wood, 1 knife, 1 small energy, and 1 time. There we are. So I've now got a spear, which means for 2 small energy I can take out his armor. Now, what do I want to do here? I want to probably gain, I'm going to spend some time, I'm going to rest for 4 and gain 4 more energy. There we are. Let's do another encounter. So if I spend a knife, but I can also spend the wood, I can gain more energy. So I'm going to do that, spend a wood, which is taking advantage of my tinker, and I'm going to gain a medium energy and 2 large energies, and I'm going to lose a time. One more encounter. Oh. So I am going to spend 2 effort to gain 2 cunning. Okay, and now I'm going to do another. So I can spend a knife. No, I haven't got a knife, or I would. I have got a large one. I could gain 5 energy, but I don't want to do that. And I could spend, I'm going to gain some food, because I really need to, and that's 1 time. Now is the time to get some food. Spend a cunning, gain 3 wood. Spend 2 time, gain a cunning. Spend a wood, gain a extra medium energy. And I don't have any wood, so I just used it. Spend a cunning, gain 2 wood, 3 wood, and 2 time. Right, now, do I do another encounter? I think I do. 1 more encounter. And the blank one. Right, so spend 2 time, gain back my cunning. Spend 2 time, gain 3 large effort. Spend 2 time, gain a cunning. I'm going to go, or spend 2 time and gain food. Effort or food, effort or food. 2 time and food. There we are. Right, now I'm going to have to take on this monster. Dun dun dun. Let's bring this on. I'm feeling lucky. Right. So let's just have a quick read up on what passive means. Okay, so I'm back. Passive means that it does get applied, unfortunately, which is a bit bad, because it means that the attack power of all wounding actions inflicting 4 or less wounds is reduced by 1. Now, yeah, that means that my first attack is going to be against his armor, which is going to take 2 of my effort. Okay, and then I'm going to, and I don't have that anymore. I don't get to -1. Let's get rid of that. So he has no armor left. It's much easier, isn't it, when you're rolling first, and when you're attacking first. Oh, I get the 6. So I can dodge. After a monster's combat roll, I could spend an effort to reduce it by 1. So that would take it, reduce, so I lose, so I can't reduce that to that. So I'm just gonna take that. Dazed. I'm gonna go from 9 to 7. Might be wrong. We'll see. So now I'm going to do my medium attack plus an effort. That would normally do 3. However, it only does 2. Because, yeah, not good. Okay, so now we're going to roll. Yes, no effect. That's what we want to see. So now we're going to do 2 more and do 1 wound. Let's have another roll of 1, please. Oh, we need to jump that up to 4. Another 1. Come on! So we're going to drop that down to 2. Goodness me! I'm going to die on this. Even if I get another 1, I'm going to die. Ah! Get a 3. Get the crippled condition. So response: after a monster's combat action will cause you to gain a condition, you may gain 1 energy and reduce the combat result by 1. So, oh man, and then I can possibly do dodge. So I've got a 4. I don't want to reduce it by 1. I don't mind really. So I can gain the crippled condition, but then, no, the problem is if I do this, I gain a health, gain a small effort, but that means it drops by 1, which means it goes to wound, which means I would lose 2, which means that next time I can't wound him because I need 2 energy to do 1 health damage, and yeah, I've got no health. So if I don't play that, okay, and I gain crippled, then the next time I go down to 0 and I die anyway. So I think that there's nothing I can do there. I got so close. I got so close to getting to level 4 again. Let me just make sure of that. Yeah. I could reduce it by 1 here and then 1 on the dodge, but that would then mean I'd be down to 2 and I'd still die because I'd be on 0. Yeah, I think the dark has claimed me. There we are. That was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed watching me play along with that, and I hope that maybe it inspires you to get a game out and have a go yourself as well, whatever game that might be. If you aren't yet subscribing, please do subscribe below. It's always a pleasure to see those numbers rise, and it always amazes me. And if you have subscribed and haven't yet dinged the bell, don't forget to do so, because then you will be informed whenever one of these videos goes live. And last but not least, thank you so much for watching me get my arse kicked on Beard Clipper.